Moving on to the Nebraska Cornhuskers. They went 7-6 last season under head coach Matt Rhule. They're looking to take a jump this year. It's year 3, kind of the time is now. I was talking earlier about how Underwood, it's his freshman year, right? So if things aren't amazing this year, no sweat. We'll run it back next year, try and improve the roster around him, and then take a year 2 jump. Well, that's kind of where Nebraska is, in my opinion. It's like, okay, the time's now to take a jump. Raiola was supposed to be their version of Bryce Underwood, the guy to come in and save the program. Well, they go 7-6 year 1. Raiola's numbers in his freshman year, he had 2,800 passing yards, 13 touchdowns to 11 interceptions, with a 68% completion grade. Really struggled against man, which I think is partially due to his weapons not being great, but he still forced some throws, which is why he had 11 picks. All in all, how would y'all grade his freshman year? What do y'all expect in year 2 for Raiola?
You got it, JP.
Or I will.
I know they're gonna. I know they're gonna be good. I'll go ahead and tell you that because it's Matt Rhule. It's year 3 at Temple. 2-10 year 1, 6-6 year 2, 10-4 year 3. At Baylor, 1-11, 7-6, 11-3. Now here at Nebraska, 5-7, 7-6.
At the Carolina Panthers.
Well, it's only a college rule. It's a college rule.
The science would say they're due for 10 wins this year, and they've got the schedule that is it's certainly possible for them. Dylan, I need to just see. I want to see him consistently accomplish the little things. The completion percentage was there, but he's Mahomes 2.0 without the winning, the solid fundamentals, the leadership, the intangibles, and the aura.
Yeah.
He has none of those.
Oh,
so I just want to see him win the little ones, make the 3-yard completions, make the 5-yard completions. He's got the arm talent. He's got all the arm angles. He can make some ridiculous throws. But in order for Nebraska to win a bunch of games this year, he's got to just be consistent, and we haven't seen that yet from him. Now he's still young, sophomore year now, so he's got room to improve, and you would expect that maybe there is a jump there for him. But the science says the Nebraska is due for 10 wins this year, and I can't disagree with science.
Yeah, I mean, why would you? In terms of Raiola, I think he'll be helped in a year 2 jump. Ja'Cory Barney's back, also was a freshman last year, but he had 447 yards. And then they bring in Dane Key from Kentucky to be their number 1 wide receiver out wide. He had 715 yards and 2 TDs there last season. 6'3", very physical, can make plays. They also beef up the offensive line in the transfer portal, bringing in Rocco Spindler from Notre Dame and then Elijah Pritchett, a tackle from Bama. Pritchett necessarily wasn't great at Bama, but he has a lot of tools. He's very touted. Some people think he'll get drafted. But those 2 guys should help the offensive line. Because the offense really wasn't great last year. They only scored 22.4 points a game. They were 120th in the FBS in red zone conversion at 73.47, which JP, I think, points a lot to Raiola not being consistent enough, not doing the little things well enough because everything tightens up in the red zone. So they just really struggled to get the job done there. But I agree. I may be biased. He's my fantasy QB.
Yeah, you love him.
I don't know if I love him, but
what do you call him?
Ravioli.
Ravioli,
that's my boy Ravioli. But my fate is tied to him at this point in the Keeper League or in the College Dynasty League. So I am biased in thinking that he will take a year 2 jump, I guess. But I also objectively think he can do that because he really does have all the talent, like you said. Sanders, your thoughts on this team, their additions?
I wanted to go back to what JP said about his aura and ask what percentile aura would you give him, JP? Are we 90, 95th percentile? That's really good. What are we thinking percentile? I'm not going to ask you to straight up rank, where in the Big Ten, but like out of let's say Big Ten quarterbacks, what or let's go FBS or P4 quarterbacks, what percentile is his aura?
Negative.
Negative?
That's tough.
You can't have negative percentile.
Copycat's a bad look.
Yeah, it is rough.
He's got reverse aura.
Oh, reverse. Okay, cool. So negative percentile from him. The over. Let's move over under 7.5. I think you see their schedule almost plays out the opposite way as Minnesota's that we just talked about, where some of their tough opponents are at home. They do go to Penn State, but they bring Michigan is at home, and then USC is at home. They have to go to Maryland and to Minnesota. I'm probably going to go. I got to go over because of the science. JP, you took it. I mean, I was really looking at the the numbers about Matt Rhule's year 3. It's such a funny rule, but I think that I'm going to go over because of that.
Yeah. Their defense may be a little worse this year. I expect them to still be pretty good against the run. But that schedule looks great in relation to the over. So I'm going to smash the over. Getting Cincinnati as your out-of-conference Power 5 at a neutral site, I think they're a lot better than Cincinnati. I think they'll win that. You beat Akron. You beat Houston Christian. You're already 3-0. And then you really only have 2 tough games left on your schedule, like really tough games. They're Big Ten football games.
Yeah.
But in Michigan and then at Penn State, and I think you could knock Michigan off. It's a home game, so I think it sets up really well for them to have a big year 3. It's science. Matt Rhule year 3, it should be really good. JP, I already know you're taking the over, but if you want to give extra thoughts on it, you can.
Over. I think it's one of the best bets in all of college football for win totals this year.